Even when a meeting is virtual, it still needs the meeting papers and other tools to be solid. In some ways, materials to support virtual meetings need to work harder to offset some of the challenges of the digital meeting format, like everything taking a bit longer, people being a bit more distracted, and everyone having to mute and unmute themselves to talk in turn. Getting the papers right, setting up clear signposts, and preparing the virtual meeting space in advance can all help make discussion in the virtual room as efficient and enjoyable as possible. There are lots of ways virtual meeting materials need to work harder. Papers need to work harder. Provide more information up front to reduce the need to share information verbally in the meeting, but keep it brief and get the papers out with plenty of time so busy people have time to prepare thoroughly. Signposting needs to work harder. It can be hard for participants to keep track of progress through the agenda, especially if they have a little lapse in concentration. Use visual tools like a presentation to guide the meeting on a shared screen and include signposts to let participants know where they are in the agenda. I often add a prominent agenda item number in the corner of each slide. Collaboration needs to work harder. Set up any virtual collaboration tools you'll use for the meeting, like online polls to gather votes. If you need to switch between tools, especially if participants will also need to do something differently, plan how you will manage and communicate those transitions smoothly. Have any materials you will use live in the meeting lined up and ready to go. That might include instructions you'll need to post in the chat, a link you'll need to share, or polls you'll need to launch. I arrange everything in the order that I'll need it and annotate my agenda with prompts to help me keep track of what I need to do and when. I also mark key things the chair will do on my agenda in a different colour. It never hurts to be ready to provide backup. A lot can go wrong in a virtual meeting. There are more moving parts and technical gizmos that can fail in small ways or big ones. Participants forget to unmute themselves before speaking all the time. It's rare for the chair's internet connection to drop out, leaving the meeting without a chair until they can find their way back, but it does happen. It's happened to me. Have a plan to manage predictable disruptions so they don't derail the meeting. Who will take over if the chair's connection drops out for a moment? What if the secretariat drops out? What should a participant do if they drop out? Make sure everyone who needs to know knows what to do if a bad thing happens. Make sure you have a plan for how everything will work during the meeting, like who will admit participants into the virtual room if required, who will provide tech support for participants, who will monitor activity or questions in subchannels like the chat? How will subchannel contributions be integrated into the discussion? How much relevant content can participants consume in advance from papers? What are the backup options if technology doesn't work as expected or participants struggle to use it? And how and where will you capture minutes? Test your equipment and tools regularly. You'll probably be using multiple screens, earphones and a microphone, all of which need to work well to get the best results. If any of your equipment is a little unreliable, sort it out before an important meeting rather than hoping for the best. Participants need to see and hear you clearly. A good set of comfortable headphones with a high-quality microphone is a worthwhile investment. The webcam in my laptop is really good, but I've put some work into getting the lighting and background in my office to work well for virtual meetings. Stay plugged into mains power whenever possible, or make sure you have more than enough charge to last for the whole meeting and beyond. Remember, running multiple applications at the same time can drain the battery faster than usual. Adjust your power settings to make sure your monitor won't go to sleep partway through the meeting if it thinks you're inactive. Don't overload your device, or risk accidentally sharing something you don't want to share because you have too many windows open. Open any applications you need for the meeting and arrange them in a way that will work for you, and close everything else before the meeting starts. Even with the best preparation, expect at least a few little glitches in the meeting, and be ready to adapt around them. But it's worth taking a little time upfront to plan how you can work meeting papers harder, provide clear signposts, and set up meeting tools so they can support, rather than detract from, constructive discussion. Good luck with your next virtual meeting. Thank you for watching.